Yo, what's up guys? It's your host here, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Have you ever wondered who the masterminds behind the most devastating cyber attacks are? These aren't just ordinary criminals. These are the hackers who have the power to bring governments, corporations, and entire industries to their knees. We're talking about digital masterminds who can steal millions with a few keystrokes, shut down entire power grids, and expose the deepest secrets of governments and corporations. In this video, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the 10 most dangerous hackers on the planet. First up, we've got a legend. Kevin Mitnick. This dude's like the original hacker, the one who wrote the playbook. Back in the day, Mitnick wasn't hacking for money or power, he was doing it for the challenge, for the thrill of the game. Imagine being so good at hacking that you could break into 40 major corporations just to prove you could. That was Mitnick.
They called me the Condor because I was so elusive, so good at disappearing. The FBI was on my tail for years, and I became a master of social engineering, using my charisma and technical skills to trick people into giving me the information I needed. I once even talked a phone company employee into giving me access to their entire system, just by sounding convincing.
Eventually, the FBI caught up with him and he spent 5 years in prison. But here's the twist. Today, Kevin Mitnick is a world-renowned cybersecurity expert. He went from being the most wanted hacker to helping companies protect themselves from guys just like him. Next, we're taking on a group that's shrouded in mystery anonymous. Now, these guys aren't just one person. They're like a global hive mind of hackers, united by their ideals and their iconic Guy Fawkes masks. Imagine thousands, maybe even millions of hackers, all working together, all hidden behind a mask.
We've taken down government websites, exposed corruption, and even launched attacks against terrorist organizations. But here's the thing, no one knows who we are or how we operate.
Anonymous represents the decentralized, unpredictable nature of the internet itself. A force to be reckoned with, a voice for the voiceless, and a constant reminder that in the digital age, power lies in the hands of the many, not the few. Get ready to dive into the world of credit card fraud with Albert Gonzalez, the mastermind behind one of the biggest data breaches in history. This guy was like the king of credit card theft, responsible for stealing over 170 million credit card numbers. Imagine the combined wealth of a small country, all accessible through stolen credit cards. That was the kind of power Gonzalez wielded.
We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in damages, all because of one guy and his team of digital thieves.
Gonzalez's downfall was his own lavish lifestyle. He was living large, buying expensive cars, throwing wild parties, all funded by stolen money. He was eventually arrested and sentenced to 20 years in prison, but his legacy lives on as a cautionary tale about the dangers of online security breaches. Now let's talk about a guy who took on the ultimate target, the United States government.
I pulled off one of the most audacious cyber attacks in history, breaching 97 US military and NASA computers.
Imagine the guts it takes to even think about hacking into the Pentagon, the heart of US military intelligence.
That's exactly what I did, all from my bedroom in London. I claimed I was looking for evidence of UFOs and government cover-ups, but whatever my motives, my actions exposed serious security flaws in the US military systems.
McKinnon's case became an international incident, with the US government seeking his extradition to face charges of espionage.
The legal battle dragged on for years. I fought to stay in the UK, claiming I was on the autism spectrum and that extradition would be detrimental to my health.
Ultimately, he was spared extradition, but his story remains a powerful reminder of the potential consequences of hacking, even when driven by curiosity or a desire to expose the truth. The world of hacking is full of ethical dilemmas, and no one embodies that more than Adrian Lamo, the homeless hacker. Lamo gained notoriety for exposing Chelsea Manning, a US Army soldier who leaked classified documents to WikiLeaks. Imagine living a nomadic lifestyle, traveling the country with just a laptop and a backpack, hacking into systems as you go. That was Lamo's life. He was a self-proclaimed grey hat hacker, someone who operates in a moral grey area, often exposing security flaws, but not necessarily for malicious purposes. Lamo's decision to turn in Manning sparked controversy, with some praising him for upholding the law and others criticizing him for betraying a fellow hacker. Adrian Lamo's story is a complex one, highlighting the ethical complexities of hacking and the often unforeseen consequences of actions in the digital world. Hold on tight as we enter the world of international espionage with Guccifer 2.0, the mysterious figure linked to the 2016 US presidential election hacking. This wasn't just about stealing credit cards or exposing secrets, this was about potentially influencing the outcome of a democratic election. Guccifer 2.0 claimed to be a lone Romanian hacker, but US intelligence agencies believed they were dealing with something far more sophisticated, a state-sponsored hacking operation, likely with ties to Russia. Imagine the audacity of hacking into the Democratic National Committee's servers, stealing sensitive emails and then leaking them to the public during the height of a presidential election. The Guccifer 2.0 persona used social media to taunt authorities and spread disinformation, further muddying the waters and fueling conspiracy theories. Their actions had a lasting impact on US politics, eroding trust in institutions and raising questions about the security of elections in the digital age. Get ready for a story straight out of Hollywood, because we're diving into the world of ransomware and extortion with the Dark Overlord. This group of hackers targeted everyone from Netflix to hospitals, holding their data hostage and demanding huge ransoms. Imagine the panic of a major film studio, realizing that unreleased episodes of their hit TV show have been stolen and are being held for ransom. That's the kind of fear the Dark Overlord instilled. They weren't afraid to target anyone from entertainment giants to healthcare providers, and their demands were often in the millions of dollars. They thrived on chaos, releasing stolen data publicly when their demands weren't met. The Dark Overlord operated in the darkest corners of the internet, using sophisticated techniques to cover their tracks and evade authorities. Their reign of terror eventually came to an end, with several members arrested and charged with multiple counts of hacking, extortion, and identity theft. Evgeniy Bogachev, the phantom menace of malware. Next up, we're taking on the world of malware with Evgeniy Bogachev, the mastermind behind GameOver Zeus, a virus that infected over 1 million computers worldwide. Imagine a virus so powerful that it could steal your banking information, passwords, and even control your webcam without you ever knowing. That was the reality for millions of people infected with GameOver Zeus, a sophisticated piece of malware that operated like a digital zombie army, carrying out Bogachev's commands. Bogachev, believed to be operating out of Russia, amassed a fortune through his malware empire, stealing millions from individuals and businesses around the world. Despite international efforts to track him down, Bogachev remains at large, a ghost in the machine, a constant reminder of the invisible threats lurking in the digital world. The FBI even offered a $3 million reward for information leading to his capture, the largest bounty ever offered for a cybercriminal. The Lazarus Group, North Korea's cyber army. Get ready to enter the shadowy world of state-sponsored hacking with the Lazarus Group, North Korea's elite cyber warfare unit. This isn't just about lone hackers anymore, we're talking about a nation-state using hacking as a weapon. The Lazarus Group has been linked to some of the most audacious cyber attacks in recent history, from the Sony Pictures hack to the WannaCry ransomware attack that crippled organizations around the world.
Imagine a team of highly skilled hackers, trained from a young age, working tirelessly to carry out the orders of their government. We're believed to be responsible for stealing billions of dollars to fund North Korea's regime, as well as conducting espionage and spreading propaganda.
Reveal the Ransomware Kings. Hold on tight as we dive into the high-stakes world of ransomware with Reveal, one of the most notorious and feared cybercriminal groups in the world. These guys took ransomware to a whole new level, targeting major corporations and demanding massive ransoms. Revel's tactics were ruthless, using sophisticated malware to encrypt their victims' data and then demanding millions of dollars in Bitcoin to unlock it. They operated with a sense of impunity, taunting their victims and bragging about their exploits online. Reveal's reign of terror eventually came to an end when a multinational law enforcement effort led to the arrest of several key members and the seizure of millions of dollars in assets. These hackers represent just a fraction of the hidden threats lurking in the shadows of the internet. From Kevin Mitnick's social engineering to the Lazarus Group's state-sponsored attacks, we've seen the devastating impact hacking can have on individuals, corporations, and even entire nations. To uncover more about the digital dangers we face every day and how to stay one step ahead, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications.